Joining us from Providence, Rhode Island is Vladimir Golstein. He's an associate professor of Slavic Studies at Brown University. Professor, welcome to the broadcast. This is the third meeting this year, and deals worth $10 billion are expected to be signed. What will they entail?
Well, they are definitely increasing their cooperation, trade cooperation. It's apparently the deals, just during this year, the trade between Russia and China increased 30%. But I think it's also, this meeting symbolized many other things. It's cooperation for the future. They're laying foundation of this Belt and Road Initiative. They want to to get involved to negotiation with the BRIC, countries. They want to, Russian trade partnership want to be discussing things with China. So this is all economic news. But other thing to mention is a political and military cooperation, and this is very important. But we have to remember that this meeting occurs just 2 days before both Russian and Chinese leaders are flying to Germany for G20 meeting. So
let me ask you, Professor, let me ask you, you mentioned trade. Regarding trade, China and the European Union are Russia's biggest trading partners, as you know, yet Russia is one of a dozen or so of China's. Will there be deep discussions on making this more level between the two?
I really don't know. We have to see what they will discuss. We know that volume is definitely increasing of this trade, and China is the biggest partner of Russia. The trade between them constitutes about 15%, and the second biggest will be Germany. So they are both interested in the trade, for sure, and they would probably try to iron out certain things. But they also, China is building a lot in Russia and helps Russia to build things. They're building roads there and so on. So I think it will be they will try to find a mutually kind of beneficial agreements. I don't think there will be any contention there.
Regarding the One Belt, One Road initiative, you talked about infrastructure. You were just mentioning China investing heavily in Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan, neighbors of Russia. But what kind of direct investment is Russia seeing from China?
They're going to build some road, I think, between Vladivostok and Chelyabinsk, the two major cities. And China is very actively involved in this area of Vladivostok, which is supposed to be a free port there. So the trade they definitely increased. So they see constant increase of trading, cooperation, and other terms of agreement. China is more or less ready.
Let's talk about the THAAD missile system. Both China and Russia very much opposed to it being in South Korea. Xi Jinping, quote, has said it is disrupting the strategic balance in this region. Yet, as you know, the U.S. feels it is necessary to counter North Korea's missile program. How do China and Russia plan to address this?
Well, for what I read from the Russian news, they said that Russian President Vladimir Putin has some kind of initiative to solve this issue. So they definitely will agree on the ways to put pressure on North Korea. And they definitely, they're both right there. North Korea borders with Russia. So it's very important for both countries to settle it peacefully. What they don't want to see is this absolutely unilateral activity coming from the United States. So it's an interest, what both countries are stressing is importance of balance, importance of respect, importance of diplomacy and agreement. So I'm sure they will spend a lot of time on working out the strategies of putting pressure on North Korea to somehow kind of find, find the middle ground and not to escalate. So they'll be their main concern.